Hello pilots, today I'm flying the F-3H, an aircraft that has gained some attention recently due to its reduced battle rating. This aircraft stands out for being a good gunfighter and having access to radar missiles at 9.0, the AIM-7C specifically. Although I don't use it at any point in this video, the only times you'll likely use these Sparrows are to take down high-flying bots who might be distracted on social media in another tab, or bombers that might still be able to dodge them depending on the situation. That's why I'm using only IR missiles here. Now let's talk about the cons. The fighter is quite heavy and lacks a decent engine to regain speed easily. It also doesn't have the top-end speed you'd expect for its class, and it bleeds speed quickly in turns. The main strategy here is always to hit and run. You might do well in 1v1s, but in my experience, the endgame rarely involves 1v1s. A lot also depends on the mood of the American team on the day you're playing. Unfortunately, I had bad luck with that. These matches you're about to watch are highlights. But I often ended up in 1v7 or 1v8 situations within just 2 minutes while trying to play this thing. In this first match that I'm using as an introduction, I got really lucky with a down tier while my plane was still practically stock. As you can see, it's very friendly when it comes to the cannons. It's actually pretty easy to get kills with them. In that sense, it's a solid plane. If the AIM-9Bs are used correctly, you can easily secure 2 or 3 kills per match with them. However, here I tend to use them more as a psychological weapon. It's crucial to pay attention to aircraft that can fly around Mach 0.9, as they won't just catch up to you easily, they often have better energy retention than you do. If you start turning, you'll likely just make things worse for yourself. Now, at the end of the match, I'm heading toward the F-100. It's the only remaining target not being focused on by my team, so it's my best chance to score a frag. I got myself in a better position than most of my teammates. Easy kill. The second game is a 9.3.8.3 match. Given that I'm in a 9.0 fighter, it shouldn't be such a challenging round, but the weaknesses of this jet really weigh it down. It feels like in any match just 0.3 or 0.7 above, you're already a very mediocre, and 1.0 higher, you're practically useless. It's not like other planes that can hold their own at times through skill. I started off pretty poorly here, missing quite a few shots on this Saab. Normally, it's an excellent plane for defensive flying with an absurd roll rate, but you can handle it without much trouble. As mentioned, the F-3H really shines in 1v1s. It might have looked like a bad missile, but my goal was just to force the Su-7 to go defensive and lose speed. The guy just kept flying straight though. Well, here my team is basically getting obliterated, and I need to act fast to help whoever I can. There are these guys on my 6, but I take the risk and double down. It's either I make a good merge now, or the defeat is guaranteed. The results at first glance seemed good, but the truth is I'm in an awful situation. If I were any other aircraft, I could just run away. But since I'm in an F-3H, that dive cost me all my safe ground. I lost altitude, I lost speed, now it's impossible to recover. And I'm also in a one vis all situation. Now, I'm limited to trying a defensive flight and taking advantage of every chance for a reverse. But with every reverse I make, I'm getting closer to death. This plane starts to feel really heavy below 600 km/h, and the only thing that can help me now is really a miracle. Unfortunately, my aim with this thing is pretty bad. I could have taken out those two guys, but apparently they gave up on me. Well, I came back to the match just so you can understand what you'll go through playing in this plane. Anyone else would have just J-outed at the airfield. Let's see what's still possible in this match. These bombers are usually free frags, but please, dive on them only if you're sure you'll kill them. Don't dive just for the sake of it. You saw in the last match what a dive cost me. You can't afford to make mistakes when making decisions in this plane. Even if we're in a down-tier match, always aim to engage isolated targets, avoid furballs, and eliminate your enemies one by one. There's no reason to try fighting this. I have speed, so I'm going to gain a bit more altitude to make stronger attacks. In advantageous positions like this, it's crucial that you prioritize the most dangerous targets. This J7 is also an important target to secure the victory, so I will do everything I can to not let this opportunity slip away. Well, the conclusion I reach about this plane is that it has some really good qualities, but none of these qualities truly make an impact within its matchmaking. The F-3H is an aircraft that depends on the team to work, and believe me, you don't want to depend on your team at this battle rating. Most of your kills will come from this hit-and-run gameplay. At least that's what worked for me. Even though I had a KD of 4-1, my win rate didn't go above 45%. It could be a much more enjoyable plane to fly if it weren't for the number of bad teammates. That's the harsh truth. The Demon has everything it needs to be a decent aircraft, but it's held back by external factors. Do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Has something been working better for you? Leave your opinion in the comments, and I'll be reading everything. Until the next video, Karma out.